Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you so much for joining me again today for another card making video. And today I am going to make a thank you card. So after the festivities are over, you may wish to send out some thank yous to friends and family that you weren't able to thank in person. So here's a card option for you using the My Small Business stamp set. So obviously this is geared up to thanking customers for their purchases and things like that, but obviously those thanks can extend to all sorts of things. So with that in mind, I'm using it to create this card. So I'm going to do this sort of little rainbow background and with the bold black sentiment, just to sort of, you know, just a quick and easy card. So this one I have used every colour in the Regal family to create the rainbow on the front there, and then just used the black ink for the sentiment there. Just framed it with a bit of gold just for a bit of sparkle there. Okay, did toy with the idea of putting on some embellishments, but I'm going to leave that decision up to you guys as to whether you want to embellish that further. But I'm keeping it simple today, going for this rainbow look, okay, and the bold sentiments. Okay, right, so that was the Regals, but we're going to use the subtles for the card we're going to do today. That is not going to fit on there. Oh, it will. Gosh, that looks way too big to fit on that little tiny piece of cardstock. I did think, oh, I must have picked up the wrong one, but I definitely cut it at the same time when I was making the sample. So we're going to ink this up. This is the big bolder thanks that's in the set. I know thanks isn't always a popular abbreviation. People like to use thank you. There are some thank yous in the set if you would like to substitute that out. So I'm just going to centre that on this little teeny tiny strip of cardstock. Beauty of photopolymer stamps is that you can do that and just give that some nice firm pressure and apply that. Okay, and that stamps that in a really nice bold black ink. And we can set that aside to dry completely before we can layer it onto the gold and black pieces of cardstock. Okay, and then I'm going to use this strip of cardstock. This is some basic white that's cut to 2 inches wide, and it's 5 3/4. No, it isn't. It's not 5 3/4. It's 5 1/2 because I want to layer around it. Okay, so I'm going to use this small thanks sentiment here and work down or up, as the case may be, the cardstock with the colours from the subtles. Okay, so obviously you don't have to use 10 different colours to make this card. You could do I'm actually going to start this upside down and work up because it's going to be easier for me to line it up because it's closer to me, just in case you think I've gone balmy. So if you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of colours, use what you have. And this, because obviously it's photopolymer, we can just hover that over the edge of that cardstock. And I know that's upside down and it looks a bit funny, but we can hover that there, no problem. Okay, and I'm going to close these up and put them to one side as I go. I'm also going to just, my chamois just off screen here, so I'm going to wipe them off in between each application. So that was Calypso Coral. This is Petal Pink. So I think this would look good in like an ombre style as well. So if you had, say, you know, a number of greens or blues or whatever, you could do that as well. I think it would also look good in a monochromatic style. So, you know, just use what you have to build this up. You don't have to use 10 either, 10 repeats. This is Lemon Lolly. one of the newer colours. So you could trim it down further and not use 10 different colours. So, you know, there's some options there for you. Soft sea foam is next. Wiping off in between colours obviously is recommended, but with some of the paler colours it isn't as critical if you forget. I certainly wouldn't want to get any black ink into my lemon lolly pad though. I think that would definitely be a mistake, not a maker. This is Lost Lagoon. So this ink is quite a dark ink, even though it's in the Subtles family, as is Calypso Coral. Okay, and I'm sort of lining up the T, the stem of the T and the H's, then you've got the K. So you've got lots of reference points along the way to make sure that you're nice and straight. I'm going to flip that round now and then go up from the bottom. Wipe that off. So of course I've got my ink pads the other way around, so let me just shuffle those backwards. I'm going to go with Bubble Bath. Let's make sure it's the right way up. And this is how they appear in the catalogue, this order. Apart from, the only ones I've switched around are Calypso Coral and Petal Pink. I just preferred it starting off with the coral. Bubble Bath, Fresh Freesia. I love this colour. This one's stunning. Really nice colour. Goes really well. I've got a video coming out in a few days, and I use this colour with Night of Navy and Coastal Cabana, and it looks amazing. This is Highland Heather. Got a monochrome Friday coming up with Heather, Highland Heather. And again, that's quite dark compared to some of the other colours. Balmy Blue is next. Again, just lining those up, looking for those uprights on those letters. And the last one is Pool Party. Okay, that's this Friday's colour, Pool Party. So I do blog those, and they're on my I over inked that, and it was in the little the space of the A, and sometimes that can transfer if you press too hard, so I just re-inked that just to make sure it wasn't going to transfer. There we go. Yeah, this week it's Pool Party, so I was really pleased with the Pool Party's card. The monochrome challenge that I'm, well, it's not a challenge necessarily, but the Instagram hop that I do with those has been so much fun. I can't wait to do it again next year. Well, it hasn't quite finished yet, but it's going to go into next year as well. So this is a piece of black, basic black cardstock that's been cut a little wider. So this is 2 1/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, and we're going to layer that on top to frame this up. I think all these nice, you've got so many colours, it's like what do you put with it? So obviously black, and giving it that look, a black bold sort of frame is going to look really, really good. And then, like I say, for the sentiment, I'm going to layer it with the gold so that you just get that little bit of a shine and sparkle. like so, and then we're going to pop that onto some black. Nice bold border around that one, and just making sure that I've got those even, or even enough anyway. Okay, that will do. With my stamp and seal or Ghibli. Okay, so this is going to go flat onto a plain white card base, so I can just hover this over the top, and I'm going to use the bottom border that I can see. Just look to get that even, or as even as possible. If you want to get some grid paper out and line it up that way, you can. I'm just going to go with what I can see, and then this guy is going to go across the middle, and we're going to pop that up onto some dimensionals. Whoops-a-daisy. Okay, so I'm going to keep them towards the middle here though. Okay, and the edge strips would be good for doing this as well. So the reason I'm keeping it in the middle is because I've got two layers of cardstock here that will make it bow if I try and adhere it at the ends. Okay, so I'm just keeping that in the middle. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some blobs of multi-purpose on, because I can make sure that it's lined up where I want it to be, because it's just going to float on that wet glue, and I just want to make sure it's straight and even on the edges there. Okay, so sometimes a font can make it look straight and central, and actually it's not. So this is just going to give you just that bit of time just to make sure that it's lined up exactly where you want it to be, and then you can press it down a little further. Okay, so that's obviously going to take a little longer to dry because you've got the wet glue on the back there, but all intents and purposes that's finished. So it's a brighter look than the original because I've used the different colour combos, but like I say, you know, go to town with this. You can really flex this layout and make it your own with your own colour combination to suit your recipient. So there you go, there's a nice sort of quick thank you card idea for you. I hope you've enjoyed it, and please do let me know in the comments if you which one you prefer. Thanks again for watching. Do stay safe, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.